TWM Podcast. Returns, new titles, and even a haircut, so let's have some Smack Talk. Hello, it's Matty Della bringing you your weekly review of SmackDown Live. Well, what's left of Matty Della, but I'll get into that in a minute. This is a TWM podcast bringing you wrestling content 6 days a week. You can get us on Apple and Google Podcasts, Acast, Spotify, TuneIn, Podbean, YouTube, and anywhere else podcasts can be downloaded. Smack Talk is brought to you by the fantastic Squared Circle box, your monthly loads of wrestling swag. Use the code TWM News for 10% off your order at squaredcirclebox.com. And carrying me through this podcast, Jesus Christ, that was exhausting to even talk about. It's going to be a mess. I'll explain why in a second. Tom Walton's also here.
Hello. I'd say I'm probably the fresher of the two of us.
Yeah, like full disclosure, Kim was meant to be doing this. She said she had quote unquote errands to run. She's stuck in traffic. We've been waiting all afternoon to get round to this, not because of Kim, mainly because I struggled to get out of bed because I am hungover. Extremely hungover. To the point where normally I set up all of the TWM podcast stuff in the little TWM studio. Nope, I have pulled out the portable podcasting stuff and I'm doing it from my bed because I couldn't be asked to move to the studio. So
I mean, it takes a lot when I'm the more responsible one out of the two of us.
Yes, this says a lot. Yeah, we're just discussing how it's never ever a quiet drink when you go out with friends. It always ends up in stuff from Evil, which is literally what happened. I got in at 4:30 and I got up at 10 to watch
magical point at 11 o'clock where you think, right, do I just be responsible and go to bed? Or, oh, look, Jaeger bombs, yay!
No, at this point, I realised at 11 o'clock I had 3 pints sitting in front of me because we just kept buying drinks throughout the entire night. I went, yeah, no, I'm not going to be... Cut to 3 in the morning as me and my friend Lewis are dancing around like idiots, literally dragging any person on the dance floor. At one point, I'm pretty sure he was getting any boy, girl, anyone that was near the dance floor and making them get on the dance floor to dance to ABBA. It was
oh no,
yeah,
I can't think of anything worse.
And we were doing interpretive dance. Hey, ABBA's great.
I'm not getting started on that conversation. A whole other podcast.
I then woke up and was like, well, maybe I'll be, after 45 minutes of legitimately having to G myself up mentally to get up and not throw up, I was like, oh, maybe SmackDown will wake me up, and it was just there, kind of washed over me, if I'm brutally honest. So, yeah, let's talk about last night's episode of SmackDown. Bray Wyatt has a new toy. He said that he had a new face to join the Firefly Funhouse, and it wasn't Liv Morgan, which is what we all wanted, but he's got a new Fiend custom title belt with his face on the front. Now, I believe it would have been 2 weeks ago when me and you did, or maybe it was you and Joe, that we were talking about how we wanted actually, no, tell a lie, it would have been a pay-per-view review many moons ago. We said we wanted separate belts for the Fiend, separate belts for Bray Wyatt, and we are getting that. So at least we got something that we wanted.
Yeah, I mean, that custom belt is just... beautiful isn't the word, but it's beautiful.
It's creepy. It's
exactly what we expected. I mean, if Kim was on here right now, she'd probably be shuddering in horror, to be honest.
Yeah. All fairness, Kim could randomly turn up halfway through this episode. We don't know. I know she's just stuck in traffic. And also, one episode, Tom will eventually put his phone on silent.
Yeah, that's the first time that's ever happened.
No, it wasn't. It happened 5 minutes ago, Tom.
Did it?
Yes, it did.
It's because I've got my headphones. All right. Yeah, carry on a second.
We also had The Fiend closing the show by attacking Daniel Bryan and seemingly pulling his hair out from his face, head, beard. Hopefully not anywhere else.
Armpits. We don't know.
That was the thing I was thinking of. Yeah. It was just armpits. Many people were thinking that this means maybe we're going to get like Ring of Honor Daniel Bryan, like balding wrestling machine Daniel Bryan. Like that hair thing at the end was quite creepy.
I mean, it was such a great visual as well. I mean, obviously doing it underneath the ring, but not seeing how he was pulling it out. It just leaves it to your imagination, and it was a great storytelling tool. I mean, the first thing that came into my head, we're going to go back to the Daniel Bryan when he was in Team Hell No, when he had a little bit of the beard, but also his head was nearly completely shaved.
I want insane Daniel Bryan from Ring of Honor, where he had the big long beard and the bald hair. The bald head. You're going to get mistakes on this show, I'm not going to lie. Yes. Then we got some more Miz and Daniel Bryan promos throughout this, and this was so good. So good.
We all know what the dynamic is between those two. It's brilliant. And honestly, seeing that hatred that's still there, but that sense of respect finally, without having to like each other. We say it every single week. Faces don't have to like each other.
They don't.
But the fact that, and it's, as I said the other week as well, it's the Miz looking out for the greater good.
It's great. Just Miz saying, I don't like you, but I have enough respect for you that I don't want you to fall to the Fiend. And what I love about this is it is true. They've said everyone that has faced the Fiend has changed. They've seemingly just turned heel. So Finn's turned heel, Seth turned heel. So I imagine that's what
King was always just the
Kit doesn't count, Foley doesn't count, Angle's just disappeared, but if this
Kane turned into a mayor, it was so bad.
He went into politics, became the ultimate heel. It was really good. And then also we just got some very weird things where we found out that, did you know that the real Thanksgiving was between the Muscle Men and the Reptilians?
I'm so happy I know this now.
And then we got the Muscle Man Dance remix, which just went into the most off-color sidebar about the Illuminati.
I need to ask, as someone who was extremely hungover when you were watching this, did you think you took pills last night?
For a minute, I had a bit of an existential crisis, won't lie. But I
was sitting there thinking, what is going on?
Yeah, it was like Muscle Man Dance. Bray Wyatt's rapping, this is weird. Oh look, there's triangles and reptilians and then different iconography of the Illuminati, and I'm like, I can't take this on the amount of lack of sleep and fruity pints and possibly tequila that I bought for 4 random people at 3 a.m. I don't know who you are, people that are in vinyl. I'm fairly certain it was about 3 or 4 girls that just randomly walked up to me and was like, "We should get shots," and I went, yes we should, and then realised I was paying for them. I didn't know how that even happened. But then I proceeded to give them I proceeded to give them the shots and then walk away. So there was nothing even untoward about it. I just bought people drinks and then left because I am a ridiculous human being. Something that isn't ridiculous is the return of Sheamus.
I am so happy. Honestly, I am really happy about this. I think it's been, was it just before Mania? Was the last time we saw him, maybe? It was when they broke up the bar randomly. No, maybe a year and a half.
It's been a while because a lot of people assumed that he'd done Jason Jordan and quietly gone off because obviously he's had neck issues and stuff. But he's come back for one last run. Lovely old job. He's back to his old look. In the mohawk and straggly beard has now gone.
That was lovely. Yeah, lovely to see that. And right, let's have a look. It was Mania 35.
So he's been gone for
lost to the Usos.
Yeah, they've been gone for we'll be on now 7 months. He's been gone.
Yeah, because it's I can't wait to see him back. To be honest, I've always been a fan of Sheamus. Obviously, sometimes with the characters they've given him, obviously it can become a bit stale, but I think he's been gone that long enough time now. It's going to feel like a fresh face on the roster.
Yeah, no question. Weirdly, right, this is random. Believe me or not on this. Friday, daytime, I was walking to work and randomly started thinking about 1-800 fella. I was like, remember that? That was weird. And then Sheamus is now back, which is really odd.
1-800 fella, my lord, the ridiculousness of the early teens.
If you've not seen that, I will put that in the podcast post of 1-800 fella, because it's very strange. He bro kicks a cat out of a tree. It's really odd. My one little thing though is keep him away from Roman Reigns.
Oh God, please!
Yeah,
we've seen that. We all remember 5:15.
Yeah, like
keep it.
I don't want him up there just having the Roman Sheamus feud. Jesus Christ. I want to see him against the likes of Ali, and looks like they're going to go for the Sheamus Shorty G feud, which I'm completely okay with.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of really good possible ways this could go now, and obviously Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns? Okay, Roman Reigns way.
Are you drunk as well?
Maybe, I don't know. It's been a long weekend. But yeah, it should be really interesting, and I can't wait to see him back.
Yeah,
and I'm happy as well that he's back. Really happy that he's in good enough shape. I mean, we've all seen his Celtic Warrior workouts, and damn, he's in the best shape of his life. Yeah, I'm hoping that he kind of maybe changes up his moveset a little bit as well. Like, give himself a complete fresh coat of paint, because the thing is though, going back to his old look, it's what's old is new again, because he's not bright orange hair face Sheamus like Beaker from the Muppets Sheamus. He's not Mohawk Sheamus. He's gone back to old facing Triple H, debuting in WWE CW Sheamus, which I'm okay with. The Sheamus that beat John Cena 6 months into his WWE. Yeah, I remember that's what we're back to. Him winning the WWE title. I remember that being so weird. Then seeing the finish and realizing, wow, that was shit. Yeah. But I digress. We had another return, actually, on this show as well. Alexa Bliss came back to save Nikki Cross from a beatdown from Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. So they're keeping them as a tag team, which is nice. I was so worried that they were going to turn her heel at that point. Honestly, I thought she was going to come into the ring and do the typical stare down of the heels and start battering Nikki Cross. I'm so happy they're keeping her face, because I think we've seen the pinnacle of heel Alexa Bliss. Yeah. And face Alexa was just getting started before her little injury. So I'm stoked for this as well. Yeah, they're keeping it as a tag team. I like Bliss and Cross as a tag team. It's they've got such a lovely dynamic. It's just it's wholesome. It's one of those things of when we're like, oh, they've put these together just to do the heel turn, and in reality they've kept them together. And now I'm like, actually, these are more believable as best friends than Sasha and Bayley are, who are like legitimate best friends. We had another return as well. We asked, funny enough, I'm pretty sure we asked a few, like a week or two ago, where's Elias? And then Elias has now returned. We did ask this, and in such a little tiny backstage segment that was, it was great. We saw one of our faves. Drake Maverick is there. But I don't know what they're doing with that, because like, Drake's going around trying to chirp with Dana Brooke, and they both go like, you've got a wife, so is Drake the heel and Elias the face? I don't know what they're doing with this. I think Elias was the face in this instance. Like, to be honest, at the moment there's an equal balance of face and heels on the roster. Yeah, they can do either or with Elias. So yeah, he's a Big Show who could flip flop between being both, but he's so great at each role that really the audience, they're always going to chant for his songs and such. Yeah. But then when he's wrestling, he can go either way. It's one of those ones where I feel like there's enough. They've got Ziggler, they've got Rude, they've got Corbin at the top of the card with Roman. They've got the Fiend, obviously, with the belt at the moment, who's meant to be heel. So Elias being a face does make sense. Otherwise, he's gonna be like sixth in line. So why not just have him be a face and be like fourth or fifth instead? And it gives a lot of fresh matches as well. It does. I also clocked the segment open with Dana Brooke smiling at her phone, and I was like, I like that. And then Corey just goes, well, I don't think Big Dave's going to be happy about this.
this. They referenced it. The best thing ever. Good luck to Batista and Dana Brooke. I'm really hoping it's not just them fucking around. I hope it's them fucking around, not them just fucking around.
Have you seen the biggest advocate for those two? It's Kathy Kelly.
Oh, yeah, no, her and Renee Young have been loving life for this.
Yeah.
It's just, it's great.
I think everyone's just there going, please happen, please happen.
Yeah, it's just, I'm loving the obvious, like, I've not seen more obvious flirting on social media than the days where Tyler Bate and Liv Morgan would just constantly comment on each other's Instagram posts.
Oh my lord.
This podcast, and indeed all TWM podcasts, are brought to you by SquaredCircleBox.com, the only place for your monthly wrestling box needs. With things from superstars from WWE, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, British Wrestling, Independent Wrestling, and loads more, it is the only place that matters if you want to get the best wrestling swag for a low, low price. That low, low price is just £25, people. What a bargain! And you can get snapbacks, t-shirts, magazines, DVDs, trinkets, whatchamacallit, doodads, you name it, they have it each and every month. And just because you listen to TWM, you sexy, sexy people, you get 10% off your first order. All you got to do is use the code TWM News in the checkout. Just use the code TWM News in the checkout for 10% off your first order at SquaredCircleBox.com.
Spread. I said, why not spread the gospel of the TWM squad with some of our lovely merch over at Teespring. We have t-shirts for all shapes and sizes, hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, and loads more. Also, just for listening to this podcast, you can get 10% off your order. I said using the code podcast. That's podcast. Once again, podcast in the checkout for 10% off at teespring.com/stores/TWM-wrestling-merch. That's right. Praise. Testify.
I also want to talk a little bit about this. This was kind of the main thing that opened the show. King Corbin is the most obvious ham-fisted heel ever, but it's brilliant. He's like, genuinely, if you ask someone and showed them wrestling, they'll be like, and you showed them King Corbin, a man who thinks he's a king that tells everyone, my food is better than yours, your town's food is dog food, you are a stupid dog, blah blah blah, and they'll be like, oh no, this is what I thought wrestling was, a man making really bad jokes dressed as a king. And I'm like, yeah, King Corbin absolutely nails being the stereotypical wrestling heel, but he does it so well.
He's given this material, and let's be honest, when he first came up, we all ragged on him loads.
I liked Baron Corbin.
The last year and a half, I'd say, he's been brilliant.
He's found his feet.
What he's been given, he is the most of it. People may still complain, but I really think it's down to the material he's given.
Yeah. And any material he's given, he's knocked out of the park as well. Oh yeah, like the man's a tremendous athlete, and he's They found they tried him as a face, like a dominant face. It didn't really work. They turned him heel, and they realized, no, we have got someone like a Miz, even though he's really, really good as a face at the moment. That they found someone who's like, he's just made to be a bad guy. Like, he's born to be booed, and it works so well. And he's got his little faction with him, Robert Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. Apparently, this is leading to a dog collar match at TLC between him and Roman Reigns, and I am shocked it has taken this long for WWE to have the big dog in a dog collar match, but here we are nonetheless.
I'm still going to wish it. I'm still hoping that's not true, because
it is. It's so because like
there's only one good one in history.
It's so obvious. Is it the first one?
Well, no, it's just like it's the same as a Four Corners match, really, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, but I think a dog collar match isn't touching the corners.
I don't know. They'll make up the rules probably.
I imagine it'll be if it is touching the corners. Yes, there's one decent style match like that, and that's the Eddie Guerrero JBL one.
Yeah.
I was thinking the dog collar match is the best one of them is the first one, which is Piper against... Is it Piper against Harley Race from Starrcade? It's the one where Piper lost a hearing in his ear because Harley Race, I think it was. Greg Valentine, not Harley Race. Greg Valentine twisted him in the ear with the dog chain. But I think it's pinfall and submission, not touching the corners. We can only hope. However, Roman Reigns over Robert Roode to open the show in a pretty decent match. Roode then tried to beat down Roman post-match and cave his skull in with the scepter. And he hit that chair so hard he left a dent in the chair.
They timed that brilliantly. You've got to be happy that they did, because if that messed up...
Yeah, we could have got a Sami Callihan, Eddie Edwards situation with that one.
It'd be either that or live murder.
We then got Roman speared him through the barricade and then just yeeted chairs at the announce table. Dolph Ziggler ate a nasty stair shot, ran into it, and he just swung round.
That was just nasty, but let's be honest, it's Dolph Ziggler. I mean, Dolph Ziggler probably sold 80% of that as well.
Yeah, it was tremendous.
But this is how they should have Roman. They're making his matches so much more balanced now, but these massive beatdowns outside of the match, where before he was dominating opponents, but it was in the ring. Now, having him do this after matches, showing this bit of a recklessness about him, that's the type of Roman Reigns that I like to see.
Yeah.
Not someone who just overcomes everything in a match.
Yeah, you are right. And it's a weird one. He's like talking about obviously his time away with his leukemia and stuff, but in regards of just Roman as a person in the space of WWE, him having time away, obviously I would rather he had time away for personal reasons, or personal reasons as in just time away rather than obviously being away with an illness. However, that time away almost was helped because it made people realise how good he was, and when he came back, all that kind of ill will towards Roman being shoved down everyone's throats kind of went away. And similar with Cena. Obviously, Cena's one was a bit more of a long-term natural thing of a long-term respect. Unfortunately, something very bad had to happen, very scary had to happen to Roman, but it ended up kind of coming round and having a positive spin on things, being like, well, you've come back, you've fought it, and that is tremendous. And then also, there is no kind of hidden resentment of Roman Reigns is ruining wrestling, when in reality it was like, we've been saying for years, Roman Reigns is good. The stuff they write for him is bad, but I think they're giving him a bit more leeway with his promos and letting him talk like himself now, so it works a bit better, and he's a bit more likeable when he's talking. I
feel he's definitely got that freedom now instead of the heavily scripted stuff they had before, and it's just he seems so much more relaxed as well.
Yeah,
I mean, like you said, that time away, it was a case of us fans going, well, you don't know what you got until it's gone.
Yes,
and he left and he's come back, and the great thing is they haven't pushed him into that main event picture. They haven't, or that title picture, which is perfect, because I think where that resentment came from was the fact that they wanted Roman as this unstoppable champion.
Yeah, and it doesn't work. You need your best faces work from underneath. They don't work lording over the top. It's not the 80s anymore where everyone just wants the superhero to win. They want there to be backstory. They want there to be narrative to everything that happened. I just want to say, I really don't want to make it sound like we're saying leukemia was the best thing that happened to Roman. We're not saying that. We're saying that if the time off, we wished it was for something different and less scary, but the time off ended up helping him rather than hurting him in the long run. Other bits on SmackDown, Mustafa Ali over Drew Gulak in a decent little match between the two. I do feel like,
I mean, harking back to the 205 5 days,
definitely,
which I had no problem with this match. It was something you like to see, good 5-minute match.
Gulak's on TV, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Then Gulak's never going to get a massive run at anything, to be honest. It was either be the big dog on campus, no pun intended, just reason about Roman on 205, or become one of many on SmackDown. But he's on TV. If they let him have good matches, he might get a bit of a push down the line. I would like them to have Gulak join King Corbin's little group as a...
That would probably be a perfect thing for him, or maybe one day when they bring Matt Riddle up, because I was thinking about they might just have a little bit of a catch point.
That would be lovely. That would be lovely.
It would be great. Have them as a tag team too, because I think Gulak would be would make a decent decent face. Just showing that type of wrestling.
You could have them as like a legitimate badass tag team. That'd be good. Yeah. We also had a New Day Open challenge. They faced Shinsuke and Cesaro for the SmackDown tag team titles, and that was a decent match. It was okay.
I mean, I was watching that and I was just thinking to myself, and I think this says a lot about the tag team division at the moment, when I was thinking, who are they going to have challenge?
Yeah, it was like, oh, is it going to be Heavy Machinery again, or are they going to pull something and just disregard that brands are now strictly together and just have Undisputed Era come back out again or something? And then Shinsuke and Cesaro, and I was like, oh, that's fine, I guess. Like they're not going to win.
They're together and.
It's fine. The New Day,
it was a night of decent wrestling, but nothing that blows your mind.
Yeah, there was like a interesting segment that's really making you more want to watch next week rather than what happened this week. And I think we all did get our hopes up, thinking we were going to get Liv Morgan's sister Abigail, but alas, we did not.
Soon. It's going to happen. That's what I'm going to tell myself, just so we see Liv back on TV.
We can only hope. Anyway, that does it for this week's episode of Smack Talk. Sorry if it's a little bit short. I did want
one more thing.
What was the thing we missed?
Thanks and Bailey.
Oh, yes, indeed. Sorry. Hangover. Apologise. Because they are going, my God, they're going with face Lacey Evans.
Why?
Because they're on Fox, and a conservative blonde woman is the most over face on that network.
I can't believe it. First of all, I didn't like that. I know Bailey is obviously the champion, but damn, I want to hear that Sasha Banks theme all the time.
This whole thing was clunky. Sasha Banks hammering home this "I'm rich and you're not" gimmick. She needs to talk less if she's doing that.
What's up with her boots?
I don't know.
Those things were mental.
It's weird high fashion. I'm saying this now. I've given it a few weeks. I'm not buying Bailey as a heel. Not buying it. It's not working for me.
I'm not buying Lacey Evans as a face.
Oh no, I'm not buying it. Lacey Evans, I thought her promos were clunky when she was a heel. My God, her trying to be affable and be like, well, maybe this place needs a new thing. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't buy it. Don't buy any of this. The puzzle pieces here are all wrong.
As bad as it sounds, I think as well, we need to have Bailey by herself instead of with Sasha all the time.
I reckon, we need Bailey not talking as well.
Yeah.
Having her basically try and do this thing of, it's just, there's so many wrong pieces here. It looks like we're going to get Lacey Evans versus Bailey for the belt, with Sasha and Bailey as the heels and Lacey as the face. And I feel like this is going to be rough.
I'm not excited for it. I'm actually detesting the idea of that match.
Now we're done with Smack Talk this week. If you want to keep across everything we do, social media at TWM Wrestle. Check out twm.news for loads of articles on all sorts from WWE, AEW, independent wrestling, British wrestling, women's wrestling, all sorts. Go check it all out. Stuff from the past, some for the present, and stuff for the future as well. Check it all out at twm.news. Check out our social medias at TWM Wrestle. I am rambling. Tom, your social media.
Social media is at TD Walton.
I am at MattyID. I apologise for me in general, to be honest, because I am now going to go have a very, very long lie down. This has been Smack Talk. Kim and Reese will be back next Saturday covering Friday Night SmackDown. I'll be back on, I'll be back on Wednesday for the Indie Wrestling Show, and Tom will be back on Tuesday for Raw Talk, unless things dramatically change in the next 48 to 72 hours. I don't know anymore. I'm going to go sleep. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.